up guys, and welcome to a very special video, because in today's video I will finally reveal my official Fide rating, and we will also take a look at some of the games in my tournament. If you haven't seen the previous video where I broke down the first two games, and so I'm not going to reveal anything. But today we'll go over some more games. But first of all, the thing that I hope most of you are excited to is what is my actual Fide ELO rating. So that's it. Let's take a look at it. This is my official Fide rating account, and my rating is 1544. Don't get me wrong, I am not happy with that rating, and I'm gonna get it to 1700 this year 100%, but it's just because of my little underperformance. But as I will show you in a minute, I have gained an insane amount of elo in the tournament that I have just played. However, as you can see it here, I'm not rated in standard yet, not rated in blitz yet. 1544, definitely not happy with that. I would like to be 1800 in the next few months. It's obviously really hard to reach there, but I think I definitely have what it takes, right? Calculations, right? I've played the tournament that I've just played is not in there yet. Progress, well, there's nothing to see, and stats, that's just from my first ever tournament. As you can see, I'm quite good with white, and with black I've just won one game, and this game was against the 1000 rated player. So as you can see, I'm really not good with black. I think that's about it, but let's take a look at the tournament. So this is the tournament that I have just played this Saturday, and I have broke down the first game against Marek Papai, which I have lost with the black pieces. I've played absolutely horrendously bad, and the second game against this 10-year-old, and then that's what I have won. If you want to see the games, make sure to check out the previous video. And as you can see, this is my I know it's in the Czech language, but it's this is my Fide rating, 1544, and this says performance. So my performance is 1699, basically 1700, and Fide rating, as you can see, I have gained 46.4 elo, which is absolutely mental. So as I'm saying, like, give it 3 tournaments, I will be 1700 100%. I've gained 3 points. I finished 37th, which is not something I'm happy with, but it is what it is. And now we'll take a look at the games. First game, second game is broken down. Let's get into the third one against a 1911 rated player. So let's take a look at it. And this is it, if I'm correct. Yes, it is. So I've already, put the 46.4 elo to my rating. So as you can see, I will be 1591 will be my new Fide rating, which means I'm only 100 away from actually getting to the 1700s, which kind of is my goal. So all of these games are only from my memory, and I will just show you how I will tell you what have actually happened in the games. So in 1911, we have reached this position. And I'm playing with the black piece. I'm playing with the black pieces here, and this was a really intense game. I obviously don't have it annotated because it's rapid and it's really hard to annotate a rapid. However, I feel like I've played good, and I kind of was a bit of I kind of am annoyed at myself that I didn't go for a win here, but we traded quite a lot of pieces. Then I think it was winning in a rook and a knight game, and we traded the rooks, which I didn't understand what he did, but it is what it is, and we have reached this endgame. Now he kind of goes back, right, and I play d4, and this was like the only thing that I could think that I could potentially win this. However, okay, we just exchange, and by the way, this move d4, I have played with 1 second on the clock, which is insanity. That's just completely nuts. So already I was shaking, and there was 5 seconds of increment. So I was on 6 seconds, and I just needed to grind some time. So this was quite easy, right? Because I can just recapture, takes, he goes up, and now I go here. And I was actually thinking that I can win this game quite easily. I was thinking that I could win this game, right? because I thought if you go back, well, as you can see, the EVA bar completely drops. I go up. Oh, that's not even the right move. You're supposed to go to c4 and just pick up this pawn, and then you're just promoting, and your opponent's not, right? You can go here, but the point is that this king is completely cut off. If it goes here, well, you just got nothing. I'm just gonna push, right? And I'm just gonna promote, basically. You may have this move, but then I take with check here, and I'm just faster. I'm just faster. So that's what I was thinking. However, my opponent is a very experienced player, and he played a move of 3. And again, I'm on a maximum 10 seconds, completely crumbling. I really don't know what to do. So I play the move king e5, and I offer a draw. He stares at this for quite some time. He has about a minute on the clock, but he accepts the draw. He basically accepts the draw, which I was very surprised about, because I mean, even at this moment, I thought I was winning, but I was still thinking that, I mean, you're not gonna accept a draw against this weak of a player like a 1500, like that loses you a bunch of elo. But he did accept that. However, to show you why it's actually a draw, which after the game I was so angry at myself that I actually offered the draw, because this looked winning to me. However, the only move is king c4. If you don't play king c4, you're done for. And then I go king f4. You have to take this pawn. I capture this pawn, and you have to find king d5. You take this pawn. You play king c6. I step aside basically, and then you capture this pawn, and it's just a draw. We both make queens, and it's drawn, which was quite insane to me, but it is what it is. So this, as you can see, it is the third game against Jaromir Fultner, rated 1911. Now let's go over some more games. Now let's go over another round, which was against an 1896. And again, this is a game that I remember from memory, so I'm going to try to tell you a bit more about it. Basically, this guy was very aggressive, and he was a bit, I thought he was a bit toxic at the board. You know, he was making really a lot of facial expressions. However, there was, after the game we talked, and he was a really chill guy, and basically, he has been putting so much pressure on me. Both of the rooks, as you can see, our kings are completely weird. Already, I think that on move 8, he had a winning tactic that I was kind of surprised that he didn't find. However, we basically reached this position. Kind of, don't take it that actually is what happened, but I'm pretty sure that you know, my rooks weren't connected, which I knew during the game it was not a good play for me. You should have your rooks connected, but I have developed this bishop somewhere, and then I've put it back, because like, let's say I would have gone here. It's actually good, which is crazy to me, but I just thought queen here, and you are putting an insane amount of pressure. Like, again, if I just waste the move again, then it's made in 3, right? So it's really easy to give your opponent what he wants, basically. And I also wanted to play something like this in the future, but this pawn structure is really bad. And also, I was thinking, if we just straight out everything and the bishops are on the board, I was thinking that maybe he can win this, since look at my pawns, all of them are on light squares, and all of these pawns that cannot move, his are on dark squares. So I thought that was a bit of a weakness to me. However, I placed this rook here, right? And I trade these two, and then I trade these two, right? So I'm like, we're gonna go into an endgame, and this is straight away after the game that I have to show you that I drew against the 1900. And he was playing brutally fast. This guy was really fast, and I was wondering if I want to go for a draw, or if I want to go for a win. But look at this position. If there is someone playing for a win, just because of these pawns, it's white. White's pushing for a win here. So I pick up the queen, I put it on f6, and my opponent laughs because I literally, I mean, look at it. I trade off the rooks, I trade off 10 points of material, and then I go for another 9 points of material being traded off the board. Uh, and I was thinking that he might go somewhere and he might try to pressure some of my pawns out. He just trades. He just trades it, and I'm shocked because at this point I could have like 7 minutes. He can have close to 14. I don't think he has lost any time. And at this position, he offers a draw. He offers a draw, and I'm like, I'm down. I'm down. I just drew against two basically 1900 rated players, which me, as you can see, that I was 1500. So this is the rating that I've been given. It obviously skyrocketed my rating. Only that gave me 30 low plus, and that's why I'm saying that I'm gonna get my rating up very, very fast. But just to show you what, which I was wondering, why did he resign? I mean, why did he offer the draw? I was thinking that maybe you could just like bring the king up. If I go here, we always have check, which I thought was quite annoying because then I each have to go here to the last rank, and you could probably even trade and then just try to sneak your king in here, which I basically cannot allow. And now, like, what do? Right? But I was thinking that if he's precise enough, he could get the king in here. Right? So let's say now you go somewhere back, and then if I would like to go for these pawns, I think that would be a blunder. Let's actually take a look at that. So he goes here, and now this. And if I would like to go for these pawns and go here, I blunder. Because, no, I don't, because this I can push, so it actually was completely drawn. Right? If this pawn wouldn't be on over here, this, and I have the only move. If I go somewhere else, he obviously picks up my bishop. So, I was really surprised that he wants a draw, but maybe he was feeling that if he doesn't offer the draw, then it's a bit of a disrespect. I didn't feel that way at all. However, it is what has happened. And now let's go to the last, the sixth out of the 7 games of the tournament. And this is a game from memory once again, because I didn't want to annotate. And this was one of the best games ever. Like, I don't want to guarantee that this is what the moves have exactly been, but this was one of the most dominant games ever, against the 1721, as you can see. Let's put it, wait, I put it wrong. Well, I'm actually the one playing with the, with the white pieces here, which is quite annoying now. Okay, awesome, it's fixed. So, I obviously play my d4, and he immediately responds with knight f6, which I think, with all of the games with white, the first moves, apart from one game, it was knight f6. I think it was all knight f6, which was, quite annoying. So I go c4, thinking that he's gonna go here, right, and he's gonna go here, and I'm gonna push, and I'm gonna get the boring king's Indian, but he goes e6, basically saying that he wants the Nimzo Indian, because now if I go here, he's gonna pin me, and I'm gonna go here, and then he will try to probably go here, and then I don't know, here, and just put pressure over here on this knight. But that's what I don't want to. I don't want to get pressured as a player that is playing with the white pieces. So I do kind of change up the move order once again. I play knight f3, d5, and now I go knight c3. And as I said, I get pinned. There we go. And now he's taking the initiative. And I was quite annoyed because this is what's happening to me the whole tournament. However, I play e3, and now he pushes the knight in. I was thinking if I go queen c2, queen b3, or bishop d2. These were the 3 moves, and it's actually the top 3 computer moves. And most of the time I play queen c2. I was playing that move whenever I got pressure like this. But I remember my coach telling me that I should not be moving the queen, so I do move the bishop to d2, and he just trades it. So I'm like, that's very simple. and this looked like another very drawish game, because just look at that. Like, he's got no pieces out, and he's just gonna castle, which is what he does. I kick him out, and we just get takes, and now I'm like, it's a bit of a boring game. But okay, I've got 2 pieces out. I'm gonna get this one. I'm gonna put the rook over here, maybe over here. I'm just gonna maybe even push, and he's very behind in development. So he goes rook e8, which I'm like, why are you not doing something like knight here and knight push and this, and then it's like bishop e7. None of that is happening. He goes rook e8, bishop d3. Again, not 100% sure. b6. I'll play rook c1, and now he goes c6. Basically, the threat here was, if you go here, bam, bam, and I take the pawn, right? And that's just game over, basically, because you kind of have to trade the queens, and now I've tried recapture. The bishop is hit. This is under some pressure, so I could go like knight e5 on the next move, and it's just really bad. c6, knight e5. I jump the knight in. Now he takes. I take back with the queen. He goes bishop e7. Now I finally castle, and already I'm thinking like, finally I am the one pushing. I am the one saying that I actually want to win this game. And now I was thinking that he might kick me out, and I'm just gonna go back. But he does choose a wrong move here, because I think he was too focused on the development. Then he was like, okay, I can't get this knight out because you're just gonna take this pawn, attacking the queen, right? So let's just take a look at it here. You take, and if you like pin me, I can just take. Super simple. If you take this, I feel like I can take on b7, yeah, takes, and the game is done, right? So you can't go like there. And if you go here, if you go here, I thought about that as well. Apparently you have just knight takes c6, but I thought that maybe you have queen a4 as well, double attack, and also putting pressure over here, which is a great move as well. So I think he was just focused on that. How do I get the knight in? And he was not focused on this knight at all, and that's why he played the move a5, which now allows this because the rook protects it. But I'm like, okay, if you're gonna waste time developing your knight, I'm just gonna triple up. He goes rook here, basically saying that now I'm gonna get the extra protection, and I'm just gonna finally develop. Queen a4, now hitting the pawn again, and now that's quite crucial because now my rook opens up, and if my queen is attacking the pawn, then it's not as efficient as if the rook would be attacking it, because the rook is not worth as much as the queen. That way, it's better for the rook to actually attack the pawn. Rook c7, and now I go bishop e4. It's already just crushing. Now he finally goes there. I triple up. Now he goes here, and I find that it is just so easy to take. And I don't know what was this arrow over here, but right, if you take it, you're done for, because I have this, and it's basically over. Like, the best move is apparently knight a6, which after you can just take, and if you take with the rook, then I suppose you can take again here. And what do you do? Knight c6, threatening the fork. Your pieces just literally cannot move, and it's a completely winning endgame. But what I just saw, that you have to save the queen probably. Well, and then I take, and if you want to save the rook, then I'm gonna win your queen anyways, right? And then I have also had some bishop sacrifices, and now from this point on, I'm not very sure. I really don't want to, put a false game over here that wasn't actually played. But that's somewhat what happened in the game. This is just to show you what would have happened, but my opponent didn't capture. After I won this pawn Also, he unfortunately assigned his rook, and then I was just up in the end game. I had a queen and a rook for a queen, and I managed to checkmate him, being one of my most dominant victories, 100%. And I was very happy with that game. I was extremely happy, and that's probably the end. I'm gonna take a look for the last time over here. So as you can see, round 1 I lost, round 2 I won, gaining me no elo, which is quite sad. But now I got a draw against the 1911, draw against an 1896. So that alone has gained me over 25 elo for sure, because I was 1544, right? So that's what, 50, and that's 350 elo difference. So that's insane. That's insane. So these two draws, I was proud of these as well. Then the 5th round, I was outplaying my opponent as well, and then I just hung a wreck, which is insane. The 6th game I have showed you as well right now, and the 7th game, it was just a tough matchup against a candidate master, which I have unfortunately lost. So this will be it for today's video, guys. If you have enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe. And as I said, I hopefully will get this rating up as soon as possible. Also, I will try to play more classical tournaments, because that's the rating that actually matters. Thank you for watching. Make sure to let me know down in the comments what you think about the video, and I'll see you tomorrow at the Road to 2200 Elo episode. Peace.